So Trump spoke to the United Nations yesterday, September 23rd. It took him about an hour. I'm going to let you know in less than 3 minutes what he said, save you some time. So, first of all, when he was going there up the escalator, him and Melania, the escalator broke. And then when he started to speak, the teleprompter broke. It did get fixed a little bit later. So, he was not happy already. He made some jokes about that. So, first of all, he talked about being the hottest country in the world. That's one of the things he keeps talking about. Not sure quite what that means. He said we have the strongest friendships in the world, the strongest economy. He says grocery prices are down, so don't be fooled by those higher prices you see in the grocery store. Inflation has been defeated. Manufacturing is booming. Workers' wages are rising. He says he ended 7 wars. They were unendable wars, but yet he ended them, according to him. And the UN did not help him at all. And he asked what the purpose of the United Nations was. He mentioned that he should get the Nobel Peace Prize, or people think he should. And he also did a weird thing about bidding on redoing the UN building a long time ago and how he didn't get the contract. Somebody else did, and basically talked about how horrible they did of a job because he didn't get hired. He also talked about Iran, talking about the strike they did, like with the nuclear facilities, and how he pretty much killed every commander there. And so he talked about a little bit about Gaza and stuff, about all these countries are starting to recognize it as a Palestinian state, or wanting to have a Palestinian state, and basically saying that's rewarding Hamas, blame Hamas for everything, for any deal, and never gave Israel any blame for any deals that fell through. So um, he talked about Ukraine a little bit, and thought it would be easy to stop, as he keeps talking about that. That's about it with that. And he said all these other countries, this migration stuff's ruining your countries. And then he said the UN's financed that to people coming to the United States illegally. He criticized the mayor, London mayor, maybe because he was just there, and said that they wanted to have Sharia law there, which is something the right has been saying for several decades. He also said all your countries are going to hell because of letting people coming to your country. He made claims that he has stopped all the drug cartel stuff going through boats because he keeps shooting boats down, or striking boats down. And he says, before he said that 300 people have died last year from drugs in the United States, which would pretty much be almost everybody. Now he says 300,000. The number is actually 80,000. So he's getting closer to the actual number. He went in to talk about green energy. He's scared of windmills, as he calls them, and solar. He talked about China makes all this stuff and they don't even use it. But if you actually look it up, 2/3 of the energy created for wind and solar is actually through China. He says the carbon footprint is just nonsense. And then he described how the Earth works and talks about how China's dirty air. Like, why do we need to have clean air? Because we're just going to get China's dirty air. And then he talks about that with garbage too. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what he did in an hour, summed up in less than 3 minutes.